on trust, Ronan, I'd like to move back to you if you don't mind. During your keynote and the previous panel, we talked about mobile first. It's remote control of your life. This doesn't leave my handset. So you really are ideally positioned in this whole identity trust framework. So how do you manage the trust with your consumers, one? And then two, I know you've been working closely, or your team have been working with very, very closely with the Cabinet Office, and any insights on a different form of partnership as well?
Yeah, so two observations I would make is, and I'd go back to the comments in the keynote earlier, is for this to be truly relevant, it needs to be a proposition that empowers the individual. So it's their key to access the services and products that they want on their terms. So that's the first essential point. We've been working for a few years now. We've had people seconded into Cabinet Office now for 3 years as part of this program, Open Data Institute, and a number of things. And one of the early insights for us was that we are processing an enormous amount of information on behalf of customers, a tiny portion of which we use for the purpose of producing a bill at the end of the month that none of our customers ever actually read, because if you've got unlimited voice and text, you don't really spend an awful lot of time worrying about it. But what we saw was that in this world where there is a huge opportunity to empower and enable the individual, there is a need to curate, there's a need to support and enable. And we were doing, when you set up a contract with a mobile phone company, we effectively execute a KYC check exactly the same as a bank does. But we were doing nothing with that. The soft things that we were talking about earlier and that Autograph are using is, the reality is we are one of the biggest garners of that soft information. So what we want to do is try to put the individual at the heart of this and say, we want to empower you to help to curate the experience for you in a way that you can get more of the products and services you want on the terms that are most attractive to you. And to do that, to an earlier conversation, is if we're a dumb pipe infrastructure provider, which allegedly we are, well then actually we can use the intelligence to empower the 25 million people who are my customers on a daily basis. I think they might value that partnership.